Going second, play against fighting type deck, start the game with Corphish. I need to find my Parasol Lady so that I can move my Beedrill to the active spot. I have swapped out Lily for Leaf Cap. Sometimes we need Leaf Cap to protect our Weedle, because Pokemon like Hitmonchan can easily one-shot Weedle in the early game. So with Leaf Cap we can try to protect our Weedle only if we can draw it too in the early game. Let's play Fragrant Forest first. Let's play Ogerpon, maybe. No other choice. Just don't like holding too many cards. And I want to attach Grass type energy to my Ogerpon too. As our alternate attacker, opponent can attack with Hitmonlee, let's make opponent Mega Lucario vulnerable to Cyrus too. We deal nice 60 damage to opponent Mega Lucario. Let's thin out our deck, draw Weedle. We only need to draw Beedrill then. This Parasol Lady show up just in time. I need to draw Cyrus then. I run 2 copies of Parasol Lady this time, and only 1 Beedrill EX. We also run non-EX Beedrill in case we face Oricorio. Opponent managed to draw 2 Lucky Ice Pop. They will heal their Mega Lucario back to full HP again, no? Okay, opponent discard more energy, good. We found our Beedrill EX. Looks like we are in a good position now. Let's thin out our deck again. Draw super slowly. Once opponent move their Mega Lucario to the active spot, we will discard a lot of energy from opponent Mega Lucario. I haven't found my Professor Research. Meanwhile, opponent have played 2 copies of Professor Research and 1 Copycat. Oh, but we attach more energy to our Ogerpon. Because my Beedrill EX is almost ready too. Hopefully the opponent doesn't have a way to disrupt our hand because I need my Crowdounts so much. Opponent Mega Lucario only can deal 90 damage. They try to stall the game now. My Ogerpon still not strong enough to one-shot this Primeape. Let's play Cyrus. We save our Crowdown for second Mega Lucario then. I made a misplay, right? I should have kept attaching energy to my Ogerpon. That way we can deal 120 damage to opponent Prime App. I need my Leaf Cap. Hopefully the opponent doesn't run Field Blower to remove our Leaf Cap. With Corina and Arena of Antiquity, opponent only can deal 190 damage maximum. Opponent also run Mars. Let's discard all of Lucario energy then. Because I have Parasol Lady. Mega Lucario cannot attack next turn. Wow, we discard 3 energy at once. That is so disgusting, right? Next turn, my Ogerpon can one-shot opponent Mega Lucario, unless the opponent can heal their Mega Lucario. Opponent also run Bounded Field. Opponent plays Sabrina. You can have my Corphish. We can retreat Corphish with only 1 energy. Opponent conceded. Actually, we can move our Ogerpon right away to the active spot because opponent Mega Lucario still cannot attack. Going first, play against Dark type deck. Start the game with Weedle. Opponent play 5 per. I need my Ogerpon. Hopefully we can draw Ogerpon with Fragrant Forest. Nope. Try to evolve our Weedle into non-EX Beedrill maybe? Nope. Let's save 1 board space for Ogerpon to prevent poison. We save our Crowdown for the opponent next Pokemon maybe? Opponent also have Poison Barb. They deal 30 damage now. Make sure that this one is Corphish. We found our Ogerpon. In our deck even more. Play Pokeball. Draw Corphish. I need to evolve my Weedle into non-EX Beedrill. Exactly what we want. $70 damage, enough to one-shot the 5 per. We can one-shot opponent Pokemon 1 by 1. Opponent cannot poison our Pokemon too. All we need to do now is evolve our second Weedle into Beedrill EX. Bombardier. And Zoroark, interesting. I think next turn opponent Zoroark won't be strong enough to take down my Beedrill, lacking of dark type Pokemon on their bench maybe. If the opponent manages to draw one basic Pokemon, then Zoroark only can deal 60 damage. They need to find 2 basic Pokemon in order to take down my Beedrill. Can the opponent do that? Yeah, the opponent managed to draw all of their basic Pokemon. Jeez. Now we are in danger. Let's move our Corphish to the active spot. Maybe Corphish can help us to stall the game. Because I still cannot evolve second Weedle into Beedrill. Let's discard Zoroark energy. Opponent need training area in order to take down Crowdown. Shuffle our deck. Only can rely on Ogerpon now. I need my Cyrus maybe, so that I can move opponent Zoroark to the active spot once it retreat. But opponent also can heal their Zoroark with Luckycad pop. I still cannot draw my Cyrus. We need to stall the game longer. Keep discarding Zoroark EX energy. That way opponent cannot set up their Mega Absol. Shuffle our deck again. Still cannot evolve my second Weedle. I need my Cyrus, right? Opponent draw 4 new cards. They try to search for training area or what? Maybe the opponent have training area too, right? Which is bad for us. They only have 4 cards left in their deck. Our Crowdounт is the real MVP in this match. We found our Cyrus. Actually, my Ogerpon still pretty weak. Let's stall the game longer. Only can deal 80 damage for now. I think it is way more safe if we can set up Beedrill EX, right? Only have 2 cards left. Still cannot evolve our Weedle into Beedrill until the end. Opponent is about to draw their entire deck. Mega Absol also can discard our Cyrus. Let's discard Zoroark energy again. Wow. I still failed to evolve my Weedle into Beedrill EX. Maybe better to put Giant Cap to our Ogerpon, right? Yeah, opponent also can stall the game now. They don't have to take down my Crowdounт. But opponent choose to take down my Crowdount, good. I don't have Parasol Lady anymore in my deck. Let's attack with Beedrill EX first. Well, opponent cannot set up their Mega Absol. And they need to attach one energy in order to retreat their Zoroark. Opponent conceded. Okay. Going second, play against water type deck. Start the game with Weedle. Opponent play a Vaporeon deck. Hopefully this one is Corphish. Thank you. Yeah, looks like we are in a good position then. If the opponent manages to evolve their Eevee into Vaporeon, we can evolve our Weedle into non-EX Beedrill and start attacking. Okay. One Eevee down. Opponent combine Vaporeon with who? Greninja. Let's evolve our second Weedle into Beedrill EX. And then get a lot of value with our Copycat. Cannot draw my Ogerpon. Greninja only can deal 1 damage. Greninja EX, I mean. Still not strong enough to take down my Beedrill. Opponent get a lot of value with their Copycat. We can discard 2 energy at once next turn. Opponent draw their second Froakie, I guess. Yep. Problem is, this Beedrill will get taken down. By opponent Water Shuriken. Let's search for Ogerpon. Set up our Ogerpon 2. Cannot save this Beedrill anymore. We don't need this Fragrant Forest anymore. Okay. Opponent Greninja EX cannot attack next turn. That is fine. They managed to evolve their second Froakie into non-EX Greninja. Opponent have to move Greninja EX back to the bench, but that will make Greninja vulnerable to Cyrus. Yeah, opponent plays Sifting Stream. Let's play Parasol Lady. Looks like the opponent have Cyrus in their hand. I think it is okay to set up our Corphish again. Yeah, opponent target my Ogerpon. Hopefully the opponent doesn't have red card. Actually, my Ogerpon strong enough to take down Greninja EX now. My Ogerpon can deal 120 damage. Cyrus is not enough. My Ogerpon will survive with 10 HP. Let's take down this Greninja with Ogerpon. Okay. Nice game. Start the game with Weedle. Cannot get that much value with my Fragrant Forest. Opponent play Cleaver. Opponent play Cleaver with who? They run Water type energy. Second Cleaver. Okay. We draw Weedle. Multiply does nothing now. I don't like holding too many cards. This time I run 2 copies of Parasol Lady instead, because if we start the game with Corphish or Crowdown, we can use Parasol Lady to put our Crowdown back to our hand and move our Beedrill to the active spot right away. Okay. Looks like we can win this game. Evolve our Weedle into Beedrill. We are in a good position then. Opponent is just too slow now. Where is my Crowdown? Does the opponent run Dragonite EX? Beedrill EX also can one-shot Dragonair, and the opponent attach Luckycad instead of Giant Cap to their Dragonair. Opponent conceded, of course. Okay. Play against fighting type deck. I have swap out second Beedrill EX for Leaf Cap. Let's try to get a lot of value with our Copycat. Maybe non-EX Beedrill can help us too. I draw too many copies of Parasol Lady for now, not good. Let's play our second Weedle, why not? Opponent can deal 10 damage to my Weedle. They also run Poison Barb, but we have Ogerpon thankfully. I need my non-EX Beedrill then. With non-EX Beedrill, we can win this game instantly. Alright. Exactly what we want. That was fast. Our opponent conceded first. Okay.